Hello everyone, it's Dawn and welcome back to my channel. Well, today for our Friday project we're going to do something a little bit different. Well, we're not going to do anything different, it's what we're going to do with what we're making which will be different, but you'll see what I mean by that as we go along. Now, when I was clearing out my flower drawer for about the millionth time this week, I found this little pack of Dovecraft paper flower blossoms and I haven't used them for ages. As you can see, this one's still full up. I've taken out 6 because what we're going to do, we're going to make 2 flowers, but don't worry, if you haven't got these, just use your dies, use your flower dies, use your stamps. But we're going to make 2 3-tiered flowers. The sizes aren't really important. And then I'm going to show you what we're going to do with them. And of course you can put them on your greetings cards or your boxes, you can use them as fastenings to a bag, but we're going to do something just a little bit different. So whether you use your flower blossoms or your paper blossoms, or whether you use your dies and cut your own, that's absolutely fine, whatever you want to do. You can even cut them out of paper, pattern paper, wrapping paper, however you want to produce your flowers, that's absolutely fine. But for this project, we will be making 2 identical flowers. Now, I've got 3 pieces here, I'll just bring them in. And as long as you keep them, you can use 2 tones of the same colour, you can even use different colours. But as long as you keep your colours in the same order for both flowers, you will be fine. And we've got a little piece to go in the middle when we're done. But as you can see, I'm going to use my hot glue gun for this one because we'll need it to attach it to what we're going to be making. So we're going to make up, oh, looks like our hot glue gun is melting quite nicely, or it has melted, or the glue anyway. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to use, I've just found an old quilling tool. I was looking for my ball tool but couldn't find it. But anything will do. So we're just going to squeeze a blob of glue, we don't need much, in the middle. And what I'm going to do with mine is I'm going to offset my petals and just stick them down. And we're going to make this up together because we're doing, or eventually we're going to be making something a little bit different. We're going to do this all together and we're going to make both flowers in real time together so that you can see the whole thing build up from start to finish. And just for the centre of the flower, I have got a little plastic flower bead, but you can use whatever you like. In fact, you don't have to use the centre at all if you don't want to. But I just thought it would make a nice finishing off part. So, and of course, because they're quite large, they're easy to pick up without burning your fingers, which is always a good idea. So there's one flower. So we're just going to very quickly make another one in exactly the same way, making sure, oh go away, that's the trouble with glue, the strings follow you. Making sure we keep it in the same order that we made our first one. So I've already lined them up and I've got some more glue sticks on standby just in case. I will only need 1, I picked up 2, you can never be too careful. Especially when you're making a video because that's when it's likely to run out. So I will only need 1 more, but that's fine. And I'm going to stick that on there, but do mind your fingers when you use your hot glue because as you probably know, they are very hot. So we're going to just put 1 more blob of glue there, and before that happens, has a chance to dry, I'm going to drop that in the glue and stick it down. And we have now 2 identical flowers. I'm just going to shove another glue rod in there like that. So as I say, we can put this on our cards, on our greeting cards if we want to. You can put them on a box, you can use them as a clasp for a bag. But what I'm going to do today, when I was sorting out my dressing table, my drawers on my dressing table, when I say drawers, I mean cardboard drawers, not underwear, I found loads of these blank hair clips. I've no idea why I've got so many. I suppose I must have got them at some stage. Either I brought them for a reason, or I brought them and didn't know I brought them and then brought more. So what I'm going to do, we're going to make a little hair clip. So what we're going to do, that's why we decided, or I decided, to make 2. But again, you don't have to make a hair clip. Now I've got some, mine's a bit sticky because I was trying it out before recording the video and I used, what did I use? I used a foam pad to try it out, not with these flowers, but obviously because they hadn't been made. But what we do, to make sure that every part is covered, have your flowers so that you've got a petal facing towards the opening. Now don't worry about gluing it shut, you won't. So what we're going to do, so have your flower, your first flower, with one of the petals facing towards the opening, so towards the left hand side. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a blob of glue there, and if we just put a blob of glue either side, we won't run into the danger of gluing our clip together. Now you have to be fairly swift with this because it doesn't take long to dry. So just pop that on. Yeah, it'll do that sometimes as well. So all that did was it snapped open. You wonder what that was. Golly, that caught me unaware. I didn't know it was going to do that. So that's all right. Well, we'll carry on, as they say. So we're going to put another blob of glue there. And another blob of glue there. So just to warn you, friends, that might well happen again. Make sure you've got the petal facing outwards. We're going to overlap it a little bit this time. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick it up and squeeze it, so that can't happen again. And there you have, now I am going to snap it open. You have a very pretty little hair clip. So you can use that for yourself or for a gift. You don't have to do it in pink. You don't have to put pink flowers or plastic flowers. You can put a bead in the middle. You don't have to put anything in the middle. You can put another flower in the middle. So there we go, that's what it looks like underneath. So we have some very pretty hair clips. And what I'm going to be doing with mine, I'm going to be making a set of them, and I want to add hair clips or hair accessories to my range of products that I'm selling in my business. So there we go, a very quick and easy floral hair clip. And we made that in just under 7 minutes. So that wasn't bad, was it? So if you're making items to sell, whether it's for a craft fair, if you're running a summer craft fair, whether you have a craft business, you can make these up. Once you've got your flowers made up, you can make them up in super quick time, and you can sell them in batches of 2 or 3 or 4 or however many you want to. But these are quite big, so I'd suggest selling them in packs of 2 if that's what you do, if you sell your crafts or you want to sell your crafts at a craft fair or for a business. So there we go. There is our hair, very, very pretty hair clip. I shall be wearing mine. I would have made an orange one, but that would have meant having to die cut them, which I'll probably do eventually, but this was quick and easy. I thought I'd just do this as we had them there. And there is our very pretty hair clip. Oops, that glue, I didn't leave that quite long enough to dry. So if that does happen, don't worry, all the time your glue gun is on, you have got time to put it on again. Now, so a tip, leave the thing alone before you play with it until your glue is really set. So I'm going to stop playing with that now, and I'm going to leave it alone. Once that is set, that wasn't quite dry, so leave it, I'd say, for at least 10 minutes so that glue goes really rock hard. Then you can play with it to your heart's content. And I will be back on Tuesday now with another video for you. So I hope you've enjoyed this one, and I hope you have a go yourself. And of course, as always, if you do, please do feel free to come and join us at our Crafty Capers with Dawn Facebook group and show us your version of your hair clips, or whatever you decide to do with your flowers. Of course, you don't have to make hair clips. So if you make your flowers like this, or if you use dies, come and join us over at our Facebook group and show us what you've decided to do with your lovely flowers. And I will see you on Tuesday. In the meantime, have a fantastic weekend, everybody. Take care, have fun, and as always, happy crafting. Bye-bye for now.